Bros, we are so back. I had a really cool idea of like starting on the throne of the Elden Lord, but it's not here. So already the start's kind of ruined. If you ever saw my playthrough of Elden Ring, character's a little bit different. I tried really hard to go for like a paladin feel before. I got over that. Went for stuff that I just thought was cool. I think I went up like 2 levels from when I ended the playthrough. Mainly I was just messing around with stuff. So new stats, new me. I also did some Elden bling of just what I liked, which was obviously the banished hood, and then just kind of worked with that. I don't know. What am I wearing? I did a lot of this stuff before, like, I think when the DLC was announced. So, Morgoth's Cursed Sword, do some, surprisingly, bleed build. I know things were nerfed and whatnot, I don't really care about that, it just seemed cool. Blades Greaves, none of this really matters because we're going to switch it out when we get new stuff, but this is what I look like right now. I was trying Regal Omen Baron. I don't know how good that is, but just having some fun. I have some like extra weapons in case I feel like changing things out. I kind of like removed a lot of stuff that I'm never gonna use. But DLC time! Exciting stuff! Gotta go all the way over here. All the way over here. And I think it's supposed to just... Yeah, it's supposed to just start off. I also got an emote. Get rid of... Yeah, don't need that one. Remove that emote. New emote. Switch it out. Where's the new emote? There it is. It's the weirdest thing ever. What is it even called? Does it have lore? Should we start with the lore immediately? Ring of Miquella. Yeah, okay. Oh, right. Test now is an option. I'm just excited. I don't remember if gestures have lore. I know now's not the time. I don't think I can look at it anywhere except for the gesture menu, huh? So no lore for that. Don't know what that means, but I think we probably have enough gestures that we could do some kind of YMCA thing with these. Now's not the time, though. Let's get into it. You're cool. I haven't really seen much of this besides the initial trailer that showed things. I tried to kind of avoid spoilers, so all I know is this, and apparently levels don't matter. It, like, scales or something.
Were you guided here by kindly Miquella? I am Leda. And like you, I was guided by faith along his honorable path. Touch the withered arm, and you too will be transported to the realm of shadow where Miquella the Kind now dwells. My compatriots are there already. Like us, they have heard kindly Miquella's call. If you can find them, they are certain to lend you aid.
Sounds cool.
Come now. Touch the withered
listen,
arm
I've been
and
wanting to touch
travel
this
to
withered
the
arm
realm
for
of
years,
shadow.
okay? How long has it been? 2 years?
May we meet again.
It feels longer than I think it actually is. But you're cool. I like your armor. If I was still going for the weird paladin thing, that would probably have been perfect. But I've decided... I don't know. I tried to go paladin for, like, a weird, like... character idea. Yeah, head into the realm of shadows. Like, for some weird RP of... like, being holy. But I'm not good at RPing, so it doesn't matter. If anything, I'm like... I was tempted... New RP. Tempted by all of the powers that be of the world. And, because of that, I've been tainted by... being owned by no one, basically. And that taint can be seen by the, wait a minute. By the, mark of the 3 fingers. So yeah, that's something like that. I don't know. I don't remember the lore very well for Elden Ring, so I'm probably gonna miss a lot of... That's so cool looking. Oh. They, like... I know this was shown in the trailers, but it, like, looks... I pictured that more as, like, pre-rendered. Look at what's going on with that tree. There's like stuff hanging off of it. But like to actually be able to walk along this, there's so many things to look at. I'm in heaven right now. This might be hell out. So, what was it? Graves Plain. Hopefully. I thought there was like more Shadow Realm Blessing. There isn't more menu options. Erdtree Blessing, Revered Spirit Ash Blessing. Consume Erdtree fragments to bolster your Erdtree Blessing. This blessing bolsters the recipient's abilities to deal and negate damage, but has no influence outside the realm of shadows. Interesting. That's an interesting way to go about almost having a new like leveling system. To bolster your Revered Spirit Ash Blessing. The Revered Spirit Ash Blessing bolsters both summoned spirits and spectral steeds' abilities to deal and negate damage, but has no influence. Okay. So, like, a way to power up for the DLC without affecting the base game. If you, like, run in here quick. Neat. So I guess that's kind of how the, levels don't mean anything. I kind of want to go there first. That fire is enticing. Also, who knows? That's a great way to go first. It feels really good to basically play Elden Ring 2. I've heard this is basically Elden Ring 2. It's very long, and I'm into long. Okay. Let's see how good we can start with you. What do you have? Oh, your rings. Oh, you're like a... You got the Omen Killer mask. Yeah, I'm good. Cerulean Tears, not what I want. Get some of that bleed action on. You are definitely a normal enemy that's kicking my ass, so already off to a great start. Just need to get that hidden. Playing a little dangerous at the end there. Alright. Alright. Almost was hoping I'd get like a ring drop from that. Yeah, those are just hanging bodies. Let's get the map piece first. I know I could turn to escape, but red flesh mushrooms. So much lore I'll refuse to read. What I wanted to say is like Elden Ring, obviously fantastic game. Love the game. Into the game. But what I've seen people kind of talk about the open world stuff and how it like is kind of nothing by the end of it, and I think that's more so just when you're in the second playthrough, you know what you want and you go and get what you want. I'm good at whiffing. I need to kind of get used to playing this again and not think of Lies of P combat. But I think like for your first playthrough, the open world stuff is perfect. Exploring and just seeing what you can see. I can see how like on a second playthrough it's kind of harder to appreciate it because you're like, oh well, I'm gonna build sorcery, so I'm just gonna go to all these places that give me what I want. But like being able to basically do your first playthrough again with DLC, loving it, into it, what do you have to say? Everyone's burned to cinders, burned away. Put to the torch by Messmer and his lot. What did we do to deserve such a fate? We merely lived our lives. We lived in peace. Okay. Just like in the base game, I don't know what these ghosts be talking about. Those little sheeples. But as far as, I guess my build goes, obviously that's gonna shift around once we... Bit of a light shift there. Once we get new equipment and things, I won't go base game stuff forever. As much as I like my things. Gosh, I kind of want to go to those ruins over there now. Are these special sheep or just normal sheep? I guess I won't know until they do, like, ice rolling. Well, I lost that skull. I was gonna say... You got anything? Precious item ahead. Ah! Thank you, kind gentlemen. Unless if you're lying, I appreciate you. When you say ahead, you mean just, like... Keep going, I guess? Kinda just want to take it all in, which is why I'm not riding current right now. I love strong foes. Yeah, I'm sure I'm equipped to deal with it. Might want to go claws. I have, not really appropriate time to talk about old game stuff. I have Tracking Communion and Godslayer on these specific hands because Godslayer apparently will make the Blood Flame better compared to Dragon. What was that noise? That scared me so much I'm gonna get... Oh. You are beastly. Oh, okay. Getting some Bloodborne in here right away. It's so aggressive. He also did a sick... It's so aggressive and he has so much distance. That's doing the ticket. Lead's still working. Part of me kind of was expecting the DLC. I mean, this is a humanoid enemy, so makes sense that it would be a little bit easier to deal with it. I need to really get better at stamina management. Thank you for only having one healing. My blood flames! Easy fight. Get anything cool from that, or... Well... It's what I expected to get. So was that a different weapon type? Beast Claw? It's Strength and Dex. Savage Claws. It's also... It's wild. Literally, it's wild because it's like an animal. And then the... And it just keeps going. That, yeah. We emote accidentally sometimes here on this channel. Oh, it's a little tumbleweeds. So I'm assuming since you can change the Ash of Wars on this, that it's a, normal kind of smithing weapon. I really should have, I didn't mean to do that. Got a little excited. Gosh. So many things to think about, talk about. What are you, peacocks? Oh, you're the little... Their tails I thought were feathers. They're the little rat fellas. They're not. new, unless if they do something crazy. I can basically grind out upgrade materials by killing lots of frogs. I grinded out some somber smithing stones. I did not grind out a lot, but it should be quick enough to do. It's all just similar stuff. There's some... Might just keep going that way. We might ride for this just to find a path. That, like, aggressive movement from those beast claws, pretty cool. Can't imagine they work very well for fighting enemies instead of, like, players. Usually a lot of, like, flourishy animations aren't the best. What is that? Like, that's a dragon? Oh, like, yeah, full dragon. Dragon wing, I see the heads. Yeah, we're just going. There's a symbol over here. Anything to do with this? Looks more like a crucifix kind of thing. If only I had a ladder. Yeah. This looks like it should be a big deal. We have turn, but I don't know. I don't think this is anything I can really do anything with. Right, this is where I wanted to go initially, so... Wonder if it'll give me one of those... What are you? Claws. A little awkward. Did you just square up? Forgot how fun horse combat is. I see that fellow over there. Wonder if that dog had a status ailment. I wonder if there's new status ailments. I wonder if this guy's gonna be tough. Oh, it's... Got a big hammer. Yeah, I'm gonna cheese you on a horse. What of it? Okay. This is like... This guy was... I get that too?! Like, it's kind of crazy that these basically normal-looking enemies are just... kind of no-selling, like getting ready to go nuts. How did I miss that last hit? I like their helmets. No head-to-head. Oh, you're right! I need to stop doing that. I know it's like triangle plus controller movement. Who should I say? I'll appraise you because you were the first one I read. I think everyone's saying that, but someone needs to be appraised. Hey, smithing stones. And we got a blessing. Across the realm's shadows, consumes these sites. Grace, ulterior, blessing. So, we definitely want those. So, I guess going back to finding sites, churches. Consolation. I should read that. I also should look... There was a setting I need to put on, I think. It's online. None of these are settings I want. Maybe it's not in here. Recent item tab. Never mind. There it is. And mark new items. Add it in the game. By the way, they also added that you can use Torrent in the Elden Beast fight, which is kind of wild. Like, why now? It should be a key item, right? Or... So, I don't know. I might have marked it a little too late to actually take advantage of this, but... I will find it to look at it, because it might be important. We'll find it someday. All these things I have. It has to be in one of these somewhere. I'm still bad at menuing. Also, do I have all these pots? Or is this like a crafting them menu? I'm in the item crafting. No wonder I'm having issues. Inventory. Let's go. It all makes sense. I'm flustered. Oh, the tutorial shows up too. That's neat. Displays splinter of the god tree that contains golden brilliance. Acquired at the Church of Marika and other places in the realm of shadow. Consumes these at sites of graces. It is said that where this god tree crumbles from is its core, that it will scatter across the entire realm of shadow. People of Erdtree collect the splinters and use them in prayer. And you are Faith. I don't got the strength. I think I have enough that I could at least wield it. But this doesn't have that cool attack he did. Like the Marika's hammer, I think, was the one that did it. Weapon of the Black Knight, servant of Messmer the Impaler. Great hammer of black steel with decorative embellishments in gold. Blessed with the Erdtree incantation. Further holy imbuement will amplify the effect and greatly increase the ornament's power. Guard counters cause a burst of power. Oh. So does the guard counter do that attack? Weapon in the form of a carnivorous beast's vicious claws. Used to perform bestial slash attacks uncanny to humankind. As imitation of the esoteric technique of the horned warriors, those who carry this weapon wield it as though they have been possessed by a savage beast. Neat. I wonder with that beast claw, I can give it blood flame. It doesn't bleed though, right? Oh, it does cause bleed. Oh, exciting stuff. Let's do I have like an easy way to get to the round table? I do. Do I have an easy way to get back here after I do this? Is there a menu option, like not show underground? Oh, there it is, R1. Okay, we're good. Let's go to the round table. We'll see about upgrading the beast claw so we can start using new weapon. Like I said, I don't think we have we'd probably give this like some arcane. Oh yes, smithing stones. It starts needing 2? Is that? I don't remember if that's how the game worked before. So beast claw slash is cool. If I give you some blood scaling, would keep the other scaling pretty decent. Either that or go full keen. We'll go blood. Barely getting anywhere, but we got a new weapon that we can at least start using immediately. The hammer, I would like to see the guard counter. I know I haven't really used guard counters much in this game before. I don't even know if I have a lot of money to go about upgrading this. But we'll try our best. I think we need like 12 to start with, right? That's how that worked. Let's see if that does the trick before I get too carried away. Can I also do the smolder upgrade here? Not at all. Okay, you can only do it in the dream, the shadow realm. Part of me was kind of hoping there would be a new hub, but then again, we might have just missed it. I don't like coming here and seeing everyone be sad because of the events of the game. Okay, no, that's exactly how it was. Alright, that's basically the best we can do right now. So we'll see how this works out. I didn't even look how well that upgraded More strength base, sadly. It's hoping for a bit of a dex boost. Obviously not going to be my strongest. That's the case. Maybe I should make it keen then. Well, that actually works a lot. Not perfect. My claws obviously are better, but then again, it's not fully upgraded either. I don't think there's much reason to... That kind of almost makes it apparent just how much bigger the map might be. And I didn't ever get any sight of Grace before I did that, so... I can just zoom over there, it's fine. Yeah, that guy's still hanging out up top. Let's give ourselves that little extra boost. Should have looked at what my stats were before I did that, actually, just out of, you know, curiosity. So I do want to still kind of go down, I think, but let's look over here, I guess. What is with the scream? Is that like another Beast Boy spawning in, or? You're not a Beast Boy. You're just a normal little beast. There was that weird ram I was looking at. You didn't scream, did you? I have no idea what that was, and that kind of bothers me greatly. Just a screech and, like, nothing. So I'm assuming that was unrelated to the beast man we saw. Merchant? I don't think it was you guys. Didn't expect sound in Short Fear. They are kind of loud. If it was just birds, then... they're awfully loud birds. At least, like, with that one, I saw the birds and was able to say, ah, the loud screeching was the bird. So it might just be the ones that aren't. Just those ones specifically decide to screech. Are they different birds? Just keep moving. Keep on keeping on. Can't wait for all the Elden Ring challenge run people to come up with a path to get all of the upgrades. Neat that there's like a separate one for Spirit Ashes as well. So I don't know though. Obviously those upgrades are going to be well worth it. I don't know if trying to remember what buttons do. Gonna be great when we get into like a real boss fight and not the stuff I was in before. Do gem. Probably want to get that away. I don't like this dog. Is that blood flame? Probably a different type of flame. Oh, that was another dog. The dog scares me. More so than anyone else. The speed is fantastic. Probably want you to go away, though. It does great work in the fact that I can... Ow. Went for a follow-up. I see that. You can stop. They kind of are having a hard time keeping up with it too, though. Like, their tracking can't quite match its rhythm. That guy just decided not to get involved. Can't blame you. I mean, my bleed buildup is still pretty good, so... Fire coil. Likely lover, try ahead. Okay. I see how you did a little funny. You did a funny. I think, like, most of this material I'm picking up is for, I should have rolled. For item crafting. Which I don't think I can really do much with at the moment because I don't have any, recipes that are new. Boy, that's a lot of death over here. Like, assuming they just tried to drop down. Didn't expect blood. Yeah. This one's good. Good message. I mean, it's pretty clear that you can't make it from there. Like, am I crazy? Very obvious that wouldn't work out. I think we would have to find our way up there. That looks like that's, I think that's one of those, like, elevators. So it doesn't seem like there's much we can do over here currently. Anything cool in the water? Good old smithing stones. That guy looks like he didn't find anything in the waterfall. Dang. These messages say why nothing. Immediately I want whatever that is. Blessing of Marika. If I'm gonna ride horseback, that works a lot better. Well, oh, hi fellas. Didn't mean to wake you. Food. I think with they're boosting with, like, the endurance thing, so they have more pose. Oh, I got a helmet. Do I dare wear it? Wherever it may be. I don't see no helmet. I didn't even see the exclamation mark. Where you at? Over here, probably. I don't see it. There it is. Kind of neat looking. One of my soldiers who serve Messmer the Impaler, the iron helm features a visor. Though the engraving upon the forehead is a Erdtree design, it is etched in gold, a small consolation for those forced to wage a war without grace or honor. Not entirely feeling it. Maybe if we get more things later, we'll try switching, swapping. But the most important thing we picked up was, whatever this is. Completely restores HP and heals all ailments. Does it replenish? Special physic blessed by Marika, the queen of the Erdtree, completely restores HP and heals all ailments. Once created several of these physics for Messmer's sake, but never again. Like, it was a super rare item. It had the, like, big sparkles and everything. Kind of made me think it was a bigger deal than it was. I guess, like, it is, kind of. I doubt there's any reason to climb all that. Where's my, Too high up? Yeah, I don't see anything. Part of my problem might still be that I am very squishy. I am rocking that 40 HP like I always do. I at least got rid of the source heal once I learned that that was not really worth it by endgame. Okay, maybe we should move in a direction that looks beneficial. I keep pressing wrong buttons because of other games I've been playing. I'll get used to Elden Ring at some point. Hopefully by the time we fight like a really hard boss and not things that I'm struggling with. Wrong. Yeah, good enough. So we can guard. I don't remember how this works. Not like that. Yeah, okay. It does just do that with the guard counter. It's nice to have like an incentive to use that. Granted, just guarding and doing a big attack should be incentive enough, but it's a nice option. It's gonna be cool to see other weapons have that. I'm not gonna actually use that just because it's not very good for my current build, I think. I need to see. So I'm used to a game where I press in the stick to run faster. And that's why I get off my horse a lot. Alright, over there. There's that fire we saw. Also, big, like, castle town, scorched ruins. I can summon. I don't know if I will, but I can. Hefty crackpot. That is different than the other big crackpot, isn't it? Obviously it is, because it showed us the big menu option. Gonna explore a bit before... Ooh, cookbook! Gonna explore a bit before I actually look at some of the stuff I picked up. I'm hoping to at least find a site of grace, or maybe go over there, that is. You guys keep spawning? I also need to remember to get rid of the item appearing. You a snake bird? What was that miss? I think you're just a very more like crane-like bird. They are giving us a lot of the smithing stones. I wonder how much hey, just a normal gargoyle. The lighting like changed. Kind of freaky. It's like awfully dark over here. Don't want to mess with those wiglets. Did we find our first catacomb? Nameless mausoleum. Oh, it's not even like a real catacomb, it's just going into combat. Alright. I have a bunch of stuff that I want to try maybe using, but I don't know if... I don't actually know what my wondrous flask even has. had that defense boost. I doubt you can bleed. You also have a lot of health. Oh, you can bleed a little bit. I also can die quick. Might want to go with something that I have a bit more stats into. Thank you, Steak America. I'm surprised it's not like a different steak. Already getting stuck on a boss. Let's go. Everything needed a minute to load in. Let's go. Let me put you on instead. I think one problem, again, is my stamina management is not going super hot right now. Probably should work on that. Not allowed to summon in here. Ow! Okay! Don't let him have the distance. This bro is not messing around. Try not to have too much like build up for going into a zone like this. I might try to avoid wasting too much time setting up like this until we actually feel like I can do anything to this boss. I mean, the biggest problem seems to be the, never mind, whatever that is too. The, current of bolts from his crossbow, and then he got a little bit of magic going on there. Could also try some other weapons that I have. Let's do this. I don't think anything that I have here is going to really be too effective in helping me, so we'll just try to... Can't really... Oh, he's got jumps! Decided not to crossbow, which is very useful. Oh, that full sends. A little bit of a moon veil thing going on. I think I interrupted him. It might be behoove me to come back later. Yeah, that at least is kind of a nothing move if you are prepared for it. Damn. Got me with the okie doke. This is definitely a good way to wake up, though. I mean, we were doing okay damage. It's learn the game, learning experience. Don't love everything loading in the way it does. Is that... I thought that gravestone looked weird. Also, I do have, enough souls already. That kind of makes me not want to give them up. We will... grant me strength, at least. Little bonus damage. I don't think I do anything fire related besides maybe the... Well, that worked out. Flame Grant Me Strength actually seemed like a good option. Okay. Got a little greedy. Love that. My spin didn't work so well, but... Oh, you heal? You're not allowed to do that. Don't like when he, like, pulls out his crossbow. That's very spooky. Thought I had a better run chance. Shouldn't have gone for the weapon art. I mean, if we can get real aggressive with it, we got this. It's fine. We did pretty good damage, especially if I'm not good enough health that I can get aggressive when he tries to heal. I mean, it seems like what he has is like 3-swing combo. A 3-swing combo, the Moonveil Slash, basically. Switch to my Mog Sword and get those souls back. When that hits, that's great because it kind of double taps him a little bit. Especially like if we interrupt him being able to do an attack. The good thing is also we are able to hit him a little bit faster than he can swing. I just need to not get greedy. That, if I get hit by that jump, that's rough. What do you think we're gonna get from him? I'm gonna say his crossbow. Either crossbow, sword, or an Ash of War. No points for guessing the first two. Crossbow is mainly where I'm at with that. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I forgot how to play the game already. I will say, missed the Liza P thing where your souls are out front of the boss fight, so you don't have to come in. What? That kind of is nonsense the way that interrupted me. He like barely stunned my toe and interrupted my move because he has a follow-up for that. Alright, that's a little bit of something new to watch out for is the follow-up. You think we'll get his snazzy outfit? That's the fourth thing I'm guessing. I'm gonna guess everything. Do you think it'll be worth it? Is the question. Probably not. But I'm locked in now. I contemplated leaving before. But can't do that now. I could also wait. There we go. The message got in my way. I don't like where my souls ended up there. I was gonna say, like, oh boy, that didn't do too much damage to me at least, but that's because of my Wondrous Flask. Also, avoiding panic rolling. See, he's able to kind of brute force out. Oh, the wrong flask was out. The wrong child died. God, I wish there was a site of grace that was closer by so we could... I mean, we could probably make our way back over here without much issue. It's not like I ran into too many things. I got distracted. I don't know if switching a flask would be worth it. One thing... never mind. I thought I had something else on. Charge spells and skills. I'm not really doing too much of that. I don't know what would be the best thing to have here. It would help me a little bit. I don't think we're doing too much consecutive hits. We can try it. I don't know, like, that would obviously work better with the claws, but it might work out well. Well, let's try the claws. Why not? Yeah. Not what I wanted to do. I just wasn't paying attention. Make sure that is on. I need to get my souls. If I don't charge, I don't get the... That follow-up is spooky. I rolled backwards. It was too late for me. I was rolling backwards. Yeah, I didn't really want to use claws there. Now, my beast claws, maybe. They're a lot more aggressive. I meant to go back to using my big old sword. It's so weird that you're like so far back with this stake. Okay, flame, grant me flame. Wondrous flask, make sure I'm back on you. Now we're ready to roll. Right, there are other spells I wanted to maybe consider getting to. Maybe we will go back to. Got a little too greedy right away. That roll back. What a bitch. Stop being in the air would make me safer. Don't let him heal. I think he still got it off. Oh, I didn't have stamina. I was trying to run. Running seemed like it would be easier for me than... Not a great time to try to go for the heal there. Thank God you didn't have more. You were going for magic again. I saw you. A little close one there. Dodge through it. Not a great time to heal. Alright. Easy fight. We're back, baby. Oh, we get all of the above. Let's go. Oh, we didn't... All of the above except for the crossbow. Honestly, I don't think that fight was too bad besides the fact that he did a lot of damage. It was pretty, pretty straightforward, I think. Like, mostly that just went well because I could read his moves at that point. How much, I I am getting a lot of ruins, obviously because of my level. Oh, look at how the, look how weird the stats look because of this. Alright, let's look at what we picked up. That was a great sword. Needs more strength, and it's a heavy load. I'm surprised it's not like an int or something. Solitary Moonslash. Sealed greatsword wielded by the Knight of the Solitary Jail. It's called Jail. To a secret rite, they relinquished their hearts for heightened battle prowess. Next, they engraved their blades with two crests, one depicting the light of birth and the other solitude. Solitary Moonslash. Sharply slash downwards using the greatsword, shooting forward an arc of light. Strong attacks allow for an advancing follow-up, which we saw. That is very cool looking. If I two-hand it, I technically can wield it. Yeah, so he was basically an NPC, but I like that. Like, that is kind of whatever, but I like the follow-up. And it looks pretty nice. But it's so strength heavy. Like, it, I mean, as far as its scaling goes. Just not sure if I'm into that. And then we got his whole armor set. I think it would be easier if I looked at it from inventory. It's weird that the flasks keep, like, appearing at the top because of this, but I don't mind it, really. Seal Greaves of the Knight of the Solitary Jail, part of a heavy armor set, probably can't wear it, that covers the whole body in overlapping plates of steel. The nameless mausoleums of the realm of Shadow are said to hold the spirits of warriors who lost their names or their hearts. One or the other, not both. Seems like it's about the same. And beckon with a black cloak. Okay. Bedecked? Not beckoned? Bedecked. Bedecked. Like, you're decked out. I understand it now. I get it. I'm not gonna wear it. Don't really want it.